Got a Dana 700 series axle repair estimate for you. So as a two-piece Dana axle, this is all we mean by that. Your final drive or your one side axle housing bolts up on one side, the other one's made into it. So in this example, someone greased the front bushing because it was easy to get to, and someone did not grease the back one because they were lazy and just didn't do it. So that's egged out. You can see where what happens is it starts dropping, and that's actually where your crank balancer starts getting onto it. And the way this is made, you can't bore and sleeve that because you get into the steering cylinder. This is steering cylinder housing right here. So now we've got to replace our main axle housing. So to do that, it's full disassemble. Pull your final drives off. You don't have to disassemble your final drives, but you do have to disassemble the differential, ring and pinion, and you're there, you might as well do those. So 10,000 for a bare axle housing, new. No seals, no anything on your final drives. No tie rods, no steering cylinder. So 25 hours to replace that at 150 an hour, let's call it $3,500. So you're at $13,500 with no parts. I've already done the math, and the bearings inside here, there's as much dollars in bearings in the differential as it is in both final drives. So we're $2,500 for bearings. So now we are at $16,000 for a repair. Again, that's not doing anything to the final drives, tie rods, or the steering cylinder. So that's what it's going to cost you to do that. Where if we know that, we use an example of, well, here's the example. You're getting a new axle housing, which there's really no benefit in that in a new axle housing. You are getting new bearings and seals in your differential, so could be some benefit there. But you're not doing anything else here or there. If you did, I've already got that math for you also. So to go through and rebuild your final drives, you're going to add labor and part price. So it's going to add another $2,500 for bearings, and it's going to add 8 hours on the final drives, 3 hours on the steering cylinder if you reseal it, and then 1 hour piece on to remove and install and adjust new tie rods. So where you end up is at 35 hours for a fully rebuilt, new bearings, new seals, and everything on this axle. So that's going to put you just a little over $20,000 for that. And it's going to take probably 2 weeks in the dealership, because 35 hours doesn't happen in a week. So when you do the math and you do it out correctly, having a fully rebuilt axle on the shelf, ships the same day, 2-year warranty, you're only getting a year in the dealerships, that's $20,000 with an exchange. Doesn't seem so bad when you really know your cost. The worst thing that happens is not calculating all of your cost, and then you find that out at the end after the 2 weeks it's been in the shop, or maybe more, when you could have just had one ready to go. So all I'm getting at here is that when you know that this axle housing is $10,000, if you're not accounting for the associated repair cost and labor, you're just not making a full disclosure type decision. You're basing it off the price of this axle housing. So we're going to start doing this for as many as we can as we go through them. Hope that it helps you.